Is she anti-scan? Now we know. What's going on, everyone? iLootGames here with a new video. We finally have the details we have been waiting for about Catalyst, and a top pred is asking for the #1 pred to be banned to give him #1, or at least suspended. This is an interesting one, and I'd love for you guys to listen to the end and then give me your thoughts down below. And in my next video, I'll feature some of your comments and answer them directly in that actual video. Plus, I literally read every comment on my video, so comment, make sure you're subscribed, hit the like button, and let's just jump right into it. We knew the names of Catalyst abilities, but today Garrett found a website sharing the details of the abilities, so let's jump into it along with some background that was shared about Catalyst. Inverse.com shared the following. Passive ability is called Barricade. Barricade reinforces doors on a building using ferrofluid. Once reinforced, the doors are locked to enemy teams and will take longer to break down. Barricade can also rebuild doors that have been destroyed. You can have 2 doors reinforced at a time, and the first barricaded door will revert to normal if you use the ability again. Now, the tactical is called Piercing Spikes. Piercing Spikes builds a patch of spiky terrain from ferrofluid. Any enemies that step into the spikes will take damage and move more slowly. To destroy Piercing Spikes, enemies will need to get close enough to expose a glowing core, so it can't be removed from a distance. Ultimate is called Dark Veil. Dark Veil creates a massive ferrofluid wall to block enemy vision. Any enemies who pass through Dark Veil will be briefly slowed and partially blinded on the other side. Dark Veil blocks scanning abilities used by other teams, but it is possible to go over the wall with some movement abilities. They followed this up with details about how she will fit into the comp. Inverse.com goes on to say, according to lead designer OT Harrison, Catalyst is all about controlling the battlefield. Her ability to wall off sections of the map and slow enemies makes her great for setting up opportunities to retreat, heal teammates, or set up ambushes for opposing players. She's most effective at medium to long range. Pairing Catalyst with other defensive legends like Watson or Caustic will let your team lock down entire sections of the map, particularly if you can't secure a building to hunker down in. A defensive legend with more firepower like Rampart can take advantage of players slowed by Catalyst abilities and mow them down before they get too close. Highly mobile legends like Octane also synergize with Catalyst, since they'll be able to run circles around enemies affected by Catalyst's Piercing Spikes or Dark Veil. Combining movement abilities with Catalyst's defensive abilities can also make your team more effective at fleeing when firefights get too hot. Once again, credit to Garrett for finding this and for Inverse.com on the reporting. Remember, however, this is not an official release, but it is most likely accurate. So there you have it, guys. The anti-scan legend they claimed they would never release is released. Just like how the cross progression that was supposed to come this year is not going to come this year. Welcome to the world of Apex. Like a damn box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get, or in some cases, not get. But that's okay. New map, hopefully new rank changes and new legends, so I can't complain. And to some credit, this isn't exactly an anti-scan legend, since you could say a true anti-scan legend would be someone who on their own was always undetectable to scans. This sort of puts up a limited anti-scan window, so perhaps that is their reasoning and logic behind this. Now, Catalyst's bio was also placed on EA.com a couple of days ago, and it reads the following. She is the defensive conjurer. Tressa Crystal Smith isn't everyone's cup of tea. An elegant, standoffish woman, she likes crystals more than she likes most people. She grew up on Boreas. And look, guys, I'm not good with the planet names and all this lore stuff, so bear with me. A faltering planet with deteriorating moon. Conformity and efficiency were necessities there, but that never suited Tressa. Instead, she was more at home with fellow misfits who spent their time on crystal readings, moon rituals, and personal witchery. They made her turbulent teenage years and simultaneous gender transition easier and less lonely. But when her closest friend went to extreme lengths to save their moon from corporate encroachment, Tressa was caught in the middle. Ultimately, she ran away from home, finding solace in the one place her friend cared about most, their moon, Cleo. So yes, she is a witch. I know a lot of people had their issues with characters having so much backstory, but in my opinion, this allows you to really care more about who you're playing as. And to be honest, I love it. Let the witchcraft begin soon. But next we actually have HisWattson, the famous HisWattson infamous, I should say, dropping some bombs on Twitter about the #1 pred. But before we get to that, I want to let everyone know that I have officially joined Glitch Gaming as a content creator. If you're looking for an amazing energy product to take your game to the next level and you want to support the channel while doing it, go grab yourself some Glitch Energy from glitchenergy.com using the promo code iLootGames for 20% off. There's zero crash, zero sugar, no fillers, and no artificial colors with completely transparent labels. Oh, and it's a new formula. So if you're a part of the Glitch fam before with me, now is the time to try out their new formula and go to the next level. Link down in the description of this video. And if you do buy using my code, DM me your receipt and I may just give you a little something. Yesterday, HisWattson tweeted calling out the #1 Apex Predator for playing with a booster. The tweet reads as following: the current #1 Apex Predator got boosted by a player who has now received his 3rd ban. There is 6 days left, and the #1 Pred will likely get to keep his spot with no punishment. To which the #1 Pred replied with the following tweet claiming that HisWattson has dev contacts he's attempting to levy against him. Why are you talking like that? All people call us cheaters and we can't even defend ourselves because you have contact with the developers. We don't. How can I be boosted if I have better stats than you? The screenshot shows a high KDR and especially high win rate, which doesn't mean cheating, but some people did find suspicious. While this isn't the exact purpose of this discussion, we do know there is an issue with top pros being willing to quickly use their influence and slander someone's name as a cheater or whatever. HisWattson isn't calling him a cheater in the sense of using an aimbot or wall hacks, but is saying he is getting boosted by a cheater. Today, though, we had a follow-up where HisWattson, who was pushing for #1 Pred and is currently #2, seems to have thrown in the flag 6 days before the new season. Had to end my stream because I was getting stream sniped by a charge rifle Pathfinder. Rank 1 Dream is dead unless Respawn decides to temp ban Tasma for getting boosted by a cheater. Hopefully, Respawn will do the right thing, but we'll just have to wait and see. This is interesting. Is HisWattson going too far for basically asking for someone to be banned to give him the #1 spot, or is this a legitimate thing to ask for? I would love to know your guys' thoughts because honestly, I'm torn. I know as a general rule of thumb, the mask usually doesn't like it when someone wields power against someone else, but maybe this case is different. If you would like to follow the leaderboard and know how close HisWattson's getting, you can go to apexrank.com, or if you want to just jump right to HisWattson's page and know how his games are going and follow all his stats, you can go to hiswatson.apexrank.com. Girl also replied with the following: did he get banned for cheating or did he get banned for something else in 2021? Is there proof or is this an assumption? Did Respawn claim he was cheating? To which the #1 Pred replied on behalf of his friend or teammate, whatever it is, zero proof. Also, he was streaming with cam on monitor for a few weeks after the first ban. This is a really interesting one because we have a lot of cases where people claim they were banned for no valid reason, or maybe they were banned for something that was besides cheating. Either way, when allegations get thrown out there's a lot of times out of context or no proof, or maybe that he does have proof, but he doesn't want to share because he doesn't want to throw a contact under the bus. What are your guys' thoughts? And by the way, I won't be covering questions from the last video since it's outdated, but I am dying to know what you guys are thinking about everything you learned in this one. And I will, of course, be streaming tonight on Twitch at twitch.tv/iLootGames. So I hope to see some new faces come hang out, chat, and maybe even get some games in with me. Have a good one, and I will catch you all next time.